Hey everyone, this is case 9.2 write-up from team number two, Andrew Ross.
Pat Driscoll.
Vince Speaton.
So for a case summary, in this scenario, we are contacting the purchasing agent for office supplies of a large chain of retail department stores. The chain is opening 10 new stores, we found out. We believe they will need a copier for each store. 3 months ago, we sold this purchasing agent a lease agreement on two large machines. This was used as a trial. Uh, if the company liked the machines, we would secure the business of any new stores. Unknown to us, one of the machines broke, causing the store manager to put tremendous pressure on the purchasing agent to immediately replace the machine. The replacement process was not efficient, causing the purchasing agent a great deal of time and effort. After sending multiple requests out to customer service department via email, many of those were not responded to in a satisfactory way. So we entered the purchase agent's office, assuming the business of those new stores are in the bag. But the buyer is not happy with us or our product, stating, "I don't want any more of your lousy copiers. When the leases expire, I want you to pick them up or I'll throw them out on the street." And then states, "I've got a meeting now. I want to see you in 3 months." For case question number one, Pat, go ahead.
Yeah. What are the three steps that the salesperson could have taken before the interaction to be better prepared for the meeting? We believe that the salesperson would have had an opportunity to address customer concerns if adequate planning was done ahead of time. So this includes developing a meaningful approach to learn the buyer's needs, um, and really checking in and understanding, how the trial went, checking in with customer service to ensure if there were any other things, prepare fabs and business proposition. Again, it's really tough to show a benefit when the initial product hasn't been working right and there's been no swift resolution. And consider solution to best meet the buyer's needs, which, could be a different line of printer, a different line of service. Instead of following the steps above, they walked in assuming the sale was already complete and the approach lacked an agenda or discovery section, and no trial close was included. Case question number two, describe the situation commenting on what the salesperson did correctly and incorrectly. Correctly, they were informed about the growth within the company. They had that internal research and customer profile, completed, and they did ask for the order, which is, something we always push versus salespeople that are a little too hesitant. But a lot more on the incorrect side, obviously. Didn't know about the issues with the trial program, did not position themselves as post-sales support resource, which we've learned is very important. You gotta be there after the sale occurs. Didn't seem to understand before as didn't seem to understand before asking for the order. Didn't understand the customer needs and no trial close. So really again boils down to never checked in afterwards, and then especially didn't check in before this meeting. It's always a good idea to check in with whoever's doing the customer service, whoever's taking that post sales support. If you're not involved in that, you need to check in with that before you just walk in blind to a meeting.
Case questions 3. Develop a strategy in which a salesperson asks only questions within this portion of the meeting. What specific questions would you ask? So assuming during the approach phase, issues related to the trial program were addressed appropriately, and news about new stores was shared, the salesperson could leverage multiple questions or create multiple questions for themselves using the SPIN approach, which is situation, problem, implication, and needs payoff. So questions related to the situation phase: how are the two copiers you're currently leasing perform in your existing locations? What specific features do you find most useful in the copiers you're leasing? How often do you need to service or replace your copiers? Who is responsible for managing copier maintenance and supplies at your stores? Problems. Have you encountered any issues with the copiers you're currently leasing? How do these issues affect your store operations, especially during peak times? Are there any features you see missing from your current copiers that would be beneficial for the new locations? And how do your copiers issues impact for your staff's productivity and customer service? Implications. Excuse me. How does your copier downtime affect your ability to meet customers' demands? What are your financial implications of frequent copier repairs and maintenance? What would be the impact of your new locations if their copier problems persist? And needs payoff. How would you be more reliable copier system benefit your store's operations, especially with new locations? What improvements would you expect to see in staff productivity with the new copier system? And how would reducing copier downtime impact your customer service and satisfaction?
Thanks, Vince. Rounding out the last question for the case here, we were asked to develop another approach a salesperson could use to uncover the problems experienced by the purchasing agent, identifying any underlying issues as by asking the right questions. We'd also recommend connecting with the manager who is upset, internal struggle for the purchasing agent and that store manager. And then being a creative problem solver, the salesperson could work with the purchasing agent and manager to implement best practices for resolution on any future items. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.